Hello, YouTube. This is Real Prayer Ministry. Real Prayer Ministry. I'm on here to share. The problem is not hip hop. Hip hop is a gift. This is a gift that God has given people, and hip hop is not the problem. Just like the world we live in, it ain't the world that's the problem. It's not the world that we live in. It's the people. So, in hip hop is not the problem. It's not the hip hop music industry. No, hip hop is not the problem. It's the person in the studio booth with the microphone. It's the person that's got the microphone. There's nothing wrong with the word hip hop. Okay? A lot of people don't even know what hip hop is. So, hip hop is not the problem. It's the person in the studio booth with the microphone. Let me make this clear. Hip hop is not the problem. Our world, our atmosphere is not the problem. It's the people. The person on that microphone that's rapping those violent lyrics, that's the problem. That's the problem. Okay? In Jeremiah 17:9, it says, the heart is deceitful above all else. Above all else. Who can cure it? The human heart is the most deceitful of all else, wicked. So why is that man or woman rapping about violent lyrics? Because their heart is messed up. Their heart is full of evil. Without Christ, our hearts are evil. Our hearts are messed up. There's no such thing as good people. So the person in the studio, it's the person in the studio booth. The problem is not hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's the heart of that person. Their heart is full of evil, full of doing wrong. And when you don't have Christ in your heart is evil. The heart is not good. So he says in Jeremiah 17:9, the human heart is most deceitful of all things, desperately wicked. Who can really understand it? The heart is deceitful. So why is the young man or woman rapping violent lyrics like that? Because their hearts are evil. They need God to change their hearts. When we don't have Christ, our hearts are evil without Jesus. So hip hop is not the problem. It's not hip hop. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for giving me this message. Hip hop is not the problem. It is the person in the studio booth with the microphone. Hip hop is not the problem. The world we live in is not the problem. It's the people's hearts. People are unaware they need Jesus Christ to change them. Only Jesus Christ can change a man's heart. The problem is not hip hop. Hip hop is not the problem. It is the person in the studio booth with the microphone. The person in the studio booth that's rapping violent lyrics, their heart is full of evil. They need God to change their heart. The problem is not our world. People's hearts are evil. They need God to change their heart. Jeremiah 17. The heart is not good. There's no such thing as a good hearted person. The human heart is the most deceitful of all things, desperately wicked. Who can really know how bad it is? The heart is deceitful and desperately wicked and sick. Who can understand it? So the problem is not hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's the heart of the person in the studio booth. It's the heart of the person in the studio booth. The problem is not hip hop. Hip hop is a gift that comes from Jesus Christ. But people are using the gift that God gave them to glorify themselves. The problem is not hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's the person in the studio booth. That's what the problem is. They need Jesus Christ to change their heart because the heart is evil. The heart is wicked without Christ. That's why they rapping about what they rapping about. That's why. So it's not hip hop. It's not the world we live in. It's that person's heart. They need Jesus Christ to change their heart. They need Jesus Christ to change their heart. They need Christ to change their heart. So it ain't hip hop. Hip hop is not the problem. The world we live in, it's not that the world is evil. No, it's the people in this world. They need God to change their hearts. So hip hop is not the problem. It is the person in the studio booth with the microphone. The rapper that's got the microphone that's rapping all the violent lyrics, he or she need God to change their heart. It's the heart. So I pray that this message would go viral, that the problem that in hip hop is not the problem. It is the person in the studio booth with the microphone. The person who's standing on stage cussing at folks, writing violent lyrics, their heart is full of evil. Jeremiah 17, it says, the human heart is the most deceitful of all things. Who can really know it is bad, how bad it is? The heart is deceitful and wicked, sick. So in hip hop, men and women need God to change their hearts. They need Jesus to change their hearts. Only Jesus Christ can change their heart. It has nothing to do with the word hip hop. It's not the music industry. It's that person's heart. They're unaware of it. And when we don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, our hearts are evil. People in this world, hearts are very evil, and they're unaware that they got an evil heart. I'm praying that Jesus Christ will deliver people from an evil heart, remove the evil from people's heart, the violence from people's heart and mind. So the problem is not hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's not. It's not hip hop at all. It's that person's heart. They need God to change their heart. Jeremiah 17:9. Bye-bye.